what do we do? So Black Box Creative was started in 2008, and it is a branding, social media, web design, and now more recently a mobile application company. And we got into the business kind of being forced by customer need, right? So you start doing something, and you get out, you identify a need, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be a web developer. And we started in the healthcare space initially, working with physicians who needed websites, needed this whole idea of EMR integration, which are electronic medical records, were fastly being adapted by doctors after the President Obama came in office and said we need to make sure that our records are electronic. So I started a company that said, okay, we'll help doctors do that. Because doctors are very bad business people historically, right? They go to school, they take medical classes, they learn everything about biology and genetics and physiology, and they're like, oh, well, business isn't really necessary, right? So with the advent of that, they decided that they had to go electronic, and doctors were trying to figure out the best method of doing that. So I started Black Box Creative initially to do that, but while we were there working on physician-side electronic medical record systems, we'd get the question, well, can you build my website? And funny enough, I actually went to undergrad for website development and moved into that space. So we started Black Box Creative in 2008, myself and my best friend, Horace Flournoy. We began to develop websites for a lot of different types of people. We've never advertised. We've gotten all client referrals. That's been our main method of development, and we're busy. We've done 153 websites in 5 years, and really moving in this space. We've developed from everyone. So if you go and look at the Common Ground Foundation, the rapper Common, we've done work for him. Marcus Stroud, who's an NFL player, we're working with Daniel Coding at HGTV. So we develop for the TV show Design Stars. A lot of their clients that come through, Mikhail Welsh, we build websites for them and responsive websites. But more recently, we've moved into the space of like human capital, right? And what does that thing mean? You hear that a lot. A lot of people talk about human capital, and what we're doing now is investing back in the community. So we work with young people and teach them web development and design. We find young people that are interested in this process and the process that we've created, and we bring them into the fold, and we give them access to a software system called Team Treehouse or Treehouse Learning, and allow them to learn the skill sets that we do. Then we bring them in and we hire them. We teach them everything that they need to know to run a business. We put them inside of the process, so they see us with client interaction, they see sales, they see development, they see billing, they see all of the things that we do in order to run the business, with an effort and an end goal of them running their own companies and doing the same thing. I really have this whole concept of to whom much is given, much is required. And so I'm a Chicago kid. I was born here, raised here, went to Missouri for undergrad, and came back home to Chicago to really work and improve community. And I speak a lot, and we talk, Horace and I both, on our core four. And our core four all revolve around four things. It's healthcare, technology, community, and faith. And we use these things in anything that we do. It has to be a guiding principle. So I'm fortunate enough to get to talk about the company and the things that we're doing with youth and bringing them in to integrate them into our fold. And while they're there, they're making money. They're learning a skill set that's valuable. So when Nick asked me to speak, I was really kind of honored, because I'm actually doing this again tomorrow, giving a talk in Indiana to 500 business developers on branding. And it's been one of those things, is that make it happen space. I heard a quote today. A friend said that the big goals in your life are achieved through small incremental moments. So it's these things like this, coming and interacting with each other and meeting each other, that's very vital, vital to the development of my company, and maybe a goal that you have as well. And so I don't look at this as something small, look at this as something that's very large, because who knows what's birthed out of the interactions that we have here. And that's really important to understand as a business owner, right? Everything is really based in a relationship. And it's how we take these relationships and grow them that's most important. So that's something that we value at Black Box Creative. I mentioned earlier, every client is by referral, and that's because, again, we build business relationships. We help companies come in, and the reason it's called Black Box Creative is because the idea was that we take your idea, your concept, we put it in a box, and what's birthed out of it is something that was necessary and valuable to you, and it communicates the values of your brand to your customers. And so we've been really fortunate. The last year, talking about the make it happen moment, the last year has been really great for us. getting asked to do mobile applications. It was something that initially that we didn't have as a product line, but again, preparation and time and opportunity and being able to be prepared to meet that with customer need is huge. So we started to do the mobile thing, and it's, again, I was speaking to someone earlier here, it's turned into not just mobile applications for clients, but identifying the need of a customer or seeing a need in space and saying, okay, this is something that's not there. Can we build this? Can we bring it in-house? So we've got our Black Box Creative Mobi, which is our mobile division now, where we're building apps that are responsive and addressing needs in the community. One of which I can tell you guys about that's launching soon is called Good Measure. So anybody ever go to a nonprofit event, or you go to a church and you're sitting there and you wish you could give but you didn't bring your checkbook or your credit card, right? Who's done that before? Show of hands. All right. So wouldn't it be nice if you had an application that you could check into real time and then donate to that's already got your PayPal account and your credit card information stored? So we're building this. It's in test mode now. We're testing it out with organizations to see how it's going. So far, our testing is really great, and it's off the charts. People love it. But this happened because, again, we were at an event, Horace and I both, and we wanted to give money to the event. Neither one of us had a check, and nobody carries cash under the age of like 30. I'm over 30 now, so I guess that really doesn't matter. But at the time, I wasn't. And I'm like, man, can I borrow some money? He's like, I don't have any either. This would be a great time to have an app that we could check in and donate to this event. And so those are the kinds of things, the needs that we address as a company. We find need, we see it, and then we go after addressing it. And we've been very fortunate as a company to partner with great organizations in Chicago and nationwide who have really just saw something in our company and given us the opportunity to execute. So that's Black Box. Nick mentioned 432 too. So 432 is my other company. It's like the fun company. It's the marketing, promotions, events. We've done concerts. A couple of weeks we brought DJ Jazzy Jeff here. We're bringing Slick Rick here November 1. We got KRS-One coming October 5th. So we're really channeling getting good music back to Chicago. That's part of what we're hoping to do with the company. And so it's been around for a minute. We started as marketing and promotions years ago, doing stuff at like Red No 5 and Y Bar and all those different places around Chicago. So you can find that company too at 432group.com. But my primary focus now, as I've gotten a little older, my birthday was Wednesday, is Black Box. Thank you. 9/11, right? That's interesting. That was actually my 21st birthday, and I tell people I must be destined for something great, because to be born on that day is just, my mom was born actually on the day Pearl Harbor happened. So it's a little is it ironic? I don't know, but I always look to that, make sure that that's part of what we do. Again, community, faith, focus, and technology is what I do, what Black Box Creative does, and I appreciate being able to get up here. It's awesome to share with you, because it's something that I don't take for granted again. So check me out. My Twitter is jbeckham7 and at Black Box Creative. We have them both, and Instagram is at Black Box Creative, and the website's blackboxcreative.com. You can check out some of the stuff we're working on. We're working right now, new projects coming from Angelica's Bakery. We're doing websites and mobile apps for them. We're working with Danielle Coding, who won Design Stars at HGTV last year. She's doing an e-store. Mikhail Welsh, who was the runner-up, and he's the interior designer for, I guess, the Steve Harvey Show. We're working with him. And a couple other brands. We got lucked into working with Damon John, who you guys may know from Shark Tank and Fubu. We're doing some work for him as well. We're doing 12 sites for him right now, all in different spaces. He owns so many companies now because of Shark Tank that it's, again, make it happen moment. He called about one site and did a good job, and he's pushing 12 through to us now. So again, opportunity, preparation, timing, and just being ready to jump on that thing, and you can take off. So thank you guys. I appreciate the opportunity. Nick and Mike, thank you guys again for blabbing. I've been tweeting and Facebooking and everything, and I see our illustrious host is coming back. So